anytime I do that, I get a little bit too excited and I make some stupid moves. So I kind of just listen to some Michael Jackson, just something that gets me in the mood.
So David Malukas back in the Freak Nation. He's been in here several times, and we try to get some good sound bites out of the guy. You don't have to try. This guy just drops all kinds of bombs. I tee it up, and he goes for it. But Malukas, how you doing, buddy, now with this new gig?
I am doing very, very good. Can't stop smiling. Every day I wake up and I smile. Go to bed, I'm smiling. I'm dreaming, I'm smiling. It's living the best life that I can here at Arrow McLaren.
Can I share something with you? Given the fact that you're hopping to a team where you know damn well, and I'm not knocking any of your previous teams, but it's nice to hop into a team. And I bring this up to the point knowing that when you reach over there, hit the key and turn the engine on, it's going to start. Because with this interview that we had with you last time, watch this. This is that's you here in the Freak Nation, and that's no audio.
Oh, that was on you, Kenny, not David or his former team.
Yeah.
Wait, we had no audio?
Yeah, no audio, buddy.
And that was a damn good interview, too.
Oh, it was so good. There's so many good clips from that.
I know.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
So my point is you're hopping on a team that is incredible when it comes to production of a race car and performance on a racetrack. That I hope you don't have to deal with SpeedFreaks every now and then. Learning how to provide audio on an awesome interview, that was kind of sucked butt that we couldn't put that thing on air.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. That was a really good interview. High energy too, right after the race. There's a lot of good bits that you could have collected from that. Oh, I'm so sad. I was so excited for that to go up, and oh man, there's no audio. Wow.
Yeah, that of course was post-race Worldwide Technology Raceway, where again you finished on the podium. And now with Arrow McLaren, it's a team that a lot of drivers would like to be a part of. Can you run us through beginning to end on when you started to get the contact of, wow, this might be possible?
So it first started to come together in Nashville. That's when I first started to talk to Zach and Sam Schmidt. They obviously showed interest and told me about the possibility. And, you know, very soon after that, I'd say it all kind of got wrapped up within a month. So going into the final few races of the season, I already knew. And I was trying very much to keep it within me to not spoil or say anything about it. So yeah, it was really good. I tried to do like little hints on my Instagram stories and stuff. Nobody noticed. I was putting like the papaya colors everywhere, trying to hint at it, little Easter eggs, but nobody caught on. Actually, I think somebody caught on at Laguna. I took a picture of the corkscrew and I was like, wow, what an incredible place. And there's actually a bunch of Arrow McLaren people right at the bottom of the hill. So somebody pointed that out. They're like, oh, foreshadowing.
Yay, somebody's paying attention out there. So basically, let's go back to that interview without audio after your podium at Worldwide Technology Raceway. You knew then, and you gave us no Easter eggs, or at least we wouldn't know because we have no audio.
Yes, I couldn't say anything, but I was so excited in the back of my head. I really wish I could say something, but I did a really good job keeping it in. It felt a very long time for me every week.
They ask you just to do your best to keep quiet, or we're going to have to let you go before we even hire you?
Well, I mean, it probably wasn't that serious, but that's how I took it, because I'm like Arrow McLaren, and they're like, you got to stay quiet. And I'm like, okay, I won't say anything. I won't do anything. Whatever you want, I'm doing it. But yeah, I was trying to, and the thing, it was actually a lot of fun seeing all the fans and the community trying to figure out what's going on and where I'm going when I like already know like the spiel of not just me, but like all the drivers. And I'm just like sitting in the background, just like eating my snacks, just like nobody knows.
That's tremendous. Now, you just said, whatever they say, I'll do. Hold on, though. I know you're relocating from Chicago to Indianapolis. That's awesome. But that was your decision, not theirs, correct?
Yes, that was my decision. So that's something that I've always dealt with going throughout my whole racing career, is that I want to be near the shop, wherever it may be. So since they're based down in Indy, that for me was obviously my call to go down there. And I'm very excited. I've been wanting to move to Indy just to be, near all the drivers, and all the people that I now know all live in Indy. So I think for me, it's going to be better. And I've wanted to make that decision. But since I was with DCR previously, they were right down the street from me, 15 minutes here in Chicago. So I just want to be with near the shop so I can be with the guys, be with the team, especially now that it's new. Everything's new for me and there's a lot of people. I want to build all the chemistries, build the relationships. So by the time next season starts, we already have our lingo and we're already having a blast out on track.
So who's giving you the best advice as to where to live? Is it your teammates, either Pato or Alexander Rossi, or like we talked about in the past with you a couple of times, your idol, Scott Dixon?
Yes. So I actually managed to talk to Scott Dixon about it when I was at the Milwaukee Mile because we were both at the press conference. And so far, everybody I've talked to, from drivers to mechanics to engineers to just people in Indy, everybody says Carmel is where you want to be. So I will be moving in the Carmel area.
Zionsville's not too bad. I'm a Zionsville graduate. I got to say, I'm a little biased to that area as well. But yeah, you can't go wrong. Indianapolis is a great city. You're gonna love it. Just don't swim with Pat McAfee in the Broad Ripple River.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. I'll remember that.
Has there been team meetings with the other drivers at this point?
Yes, there has been. We've done, a few different couple of meetings. Here at Arrow McLaren, they're very structured. They have, plans for everything, and I've managed to actually test with both drivers. I tested with Pato in Sebring, and I tested here with Rossi at Indy. So managed to get already a feel with both drivers, talking with them, communicating, and overall as just the team in general. And so far, it's been very good. Pato and Rossi are very good in their own ways. So it's just I'm trying to absorb as much information and write as many notes as I can. So when I come home, I kind of just study between the two and make sure that I'm very much ready when 24 comes.
Hold on. I want to go on that word study with you, because that's something I've noticed about you in your couple of years so far in the IndyCar series. You are a study of the sport, in which you are studying drivers when you're side by side with them on the track. You're studying what they're doing in order to make yourself a better person. You made some comment about Will Power's tire saving way back when. How have you learned in your sophomore season how other drivers have made themselves better in order to make you a better David Malukas driver?
Yeah, there's a lot of information that you can find. And when they say, IndyCar is all about experience, that is true. And it's just about learning and paying attention to the drivers around you. You can learn a lot of new tricks from them. Anytime you're near a veteran, it's a good opportunity to absorb what information that they have when it comes to tire saving or fuel saving. They know a lot, and it's just your best way to just collect it. Now, let alone just from helping myself and becoming a better driver, it also helps on learning how to race against these different drivers. Every driver has a personality. They drive according to their personality. If they're more aggressive, if they're not as aggressive, if they normally take high lines, if they normally go low. So then when you go up to a driver in a race and you need to get around him, or you're trying to figure it out, hey, I know this driver, he really likes to take the high line. So I'm going to maybe do, a couple of tricks that, hey, I'm also going high. And then in 3 laps time, you set him up to go low. There's a lot of different strategies to figuring out how the drivers drive. And that's why people like Scott Dixon, these veterans, are so good, is because they know who they're racing against and they learn the way they can drive and they adapt to it.
Wow. See, smart. Watch this guy. Wow.
With those learning skills that you're able to apply with Arrow McLaren, what's different now versus with previous teams, with the material that's provided on how to learn or what to learn and how to learn it, frankly?
Overwhelming. Whatever you can possibly imagine for resources that you would need in a car, Arrow McLaren has it, and then some. It's unlimited, like whatever you want. And that's kind of the struggling part, is trying to figure out how to absorb all of these resources and this information to use all of it to my best ability. When coming in from before, I never really had all these resources. So it's trying to make sure I use the most of it so I can better myself. Thankfully, though, I do have TK. Tony Kanaan, he's been helping me a lot on trying to get comfortable with the team and comfortable with all these resources, and certain questions that I should be asking and certain things I should be doing so I can get the most out of it. So that's kind of been the biggest challenge, but obviously I have a lot of time. And once I move to Indy, that's going to be another main reason of being in the shop. I'm going to be accompanied with the resources and the people that made it, so they can help explain everything to me. And then by the time 24 comes, I'm going to be a pro, and I'm going to have 20 tablets of all the information I could possibly need. And I'll be looking at all of them and absorbing all of them in my brain and becoming a much better driver.
I just don't know with Alexander Rossi, such a bombastic, loud, suck the air out of the room personality, how you two are going to get along.
It's a really good relationship, I think, for the three of us. It's kind of like Rossi's going to be our dad taking us to the track. That's kind of the way things have been shaping up, especially through Content Day. I just recently did a previous podcast, and they asked, if you did a road trip, who's driving and who's in the back seat? And I'm like, well, me and Pato are definitely in the back seat listening to some jams when Rossi's driving us to the track, because that's just the relationship it is. It's the dad taking the kids to the track.
So what are the jams? I mean, if this is Pops taking you guys to the track, what are his jams?
Well, Rossi's jams are, they're I guess you'd say they're like alternative, or more like, I don't know, like music you would listen to at like a campfire. Like I don't really know. It's nothing really like intense. So for me, it's very just mellow and same kind of beat throughout. It's not really for me. So yeah, that's, hopefully he doesn't have the aux.
So wait a minute. Is Rossi like Tom Petty, Eagles, or is it even more is it more alternative? Like you did say alternative. Not alternative.
I don't really know, because I'm not really in that realm of music. For me, it's like that's just something I never really kind of listened to. It's something that, it's good to play in the background when you're studying at a coffee shop, but I didn't know people listen to that like, all the time, like on a daily. So I don't know.
Real?
Yeah. So I don't know. That's, to me, it sounds like his taste in music is like background music.
So it's yacht rock.
Maybe.
Yeah. I guess that's a way of putting it. Yeah.
What is Malukas's I mean, what's your basically your playlist?
Well, my playlist has an incredible variety. I listen to so many different genres of music, but let me pull up my gateway playlist that I created just to get kind of a feeling for it. So I have Spin Me Around. Right, yeah. So I have Spin Me Around, Dead or Alive, Smooth Criminal, Michael Jackson, Ella Bella Sola by Peso Pluma. We got Cantina Band by John Williams from Star Wars. A lot of variety there. We have Rasputin, great song. But we also have some more recent stuff like Post Malone, Olivia Rodrigo, Master of Puppets, Metallica, Frank Sinatra. I'm a big Frank Sinatra fan. So that's, I guess, something that people were a little bit surprised by. But it's a large variety. Allures en Danse, which is like a French song. I really like that. So
this is variations. This is your playlist. This is what you roll into. I mean, you're listening to this before you hop in the cockpit?
Oh yeah, like this is the stuff that I listen to. There's also, a few songs that are more like kind of like get you up, motivating, like you could do this, kind of like, that type of stuff to get you in the game. But anytime I do that, I get a little bit too excited and I make some stupid moves. So I kind of just listen to some Michael Jackson, just something that gets me in the mood.
Smooth Criminal, love that song. So wait a minute, you just called that your gateway playlist. That was your St. Louis playlist. Do you have a different playlist for every track?
Well, this is just the one that I created for IndyCar for Gateway. But yes, there's some variations depending on the time of the season, if it's spring or summer, and what tracks fit it best. Spin Me Around is definitely a Gateway classic, or Around the World. Those are normally oval songs for me.
Gateway classic.
So yeah.
Now, just 1 second here, Malukas. Now, you're from Chicago, right?
Yes, that is correct.
You didn't name one freaking Chicago blues musician in there at all? What the hell's the problem?
I'll need to add it. I'll add it to it. I have a Michael Jackson song from Chicago.
He's Gary, Indiana. It's kind of Chicago.
Blues.
Chicago by Michael Jackson. That's a really good song,
Just look up Buddy Guy. Look up Chicago blues and just take the top 5 and just insert those into your playlist.
But are blues going to get you ready for a race day? That's more like settling down from a race day.
No, blues would be perfect for Laguna Seca.
Yeah, but what about the before race day? You finish up qualifying, had a good result. I get back to my bus. I could play some Chicago blues, get a bit of charcuterie board going. Just get the vibe. Yeah? Just relax, get ready for race day tomorrow. And in the morning, that's when we could play You Spin Me Around. So it's a good balance.
Boom! You have it all. You have the whole weekend laid out. I like this. Now I want to see you cutting up the meat and cheese for your charcuterie board. That's next on your social media.
Yes, with a little bit of fig spread, you know. Really
David
good.
Malukas now
Papayas,
driving
too.
for Arrow McLaren for 2024. And I would imagine that the media attention has stepped up 10 or maybe 20, okay, 100-fold versus what you've done previous. Are you getting classes on how to better handle, or do they get the fact that this is the Malukas that really sells and punches tickets, is this personality?
I think we might do some like, you know, media stuff just for like when doing interviews, just little like tidbits, I guess, because I've never done anything like that. I've always just been like, hey, I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna rock with it, and when I'm myself, I enjoy it. I have a blast talking. So I think there's gonna be a little bit of that, but overall, they understand that, hey, I am who I am, and they're gonna, you know, hone their content to make sure that we can get the most out of it, and that's the direction that we're going to take. Of course, since I've joined Arrow McLaren, they have obviously a big fan base, a lot of content. So on that side of perspective, we're going to have a lot of fun. And I'm working with the content team very closely. So a lot of the contents are going to be rolling in once I actually move down to Indy, so I can be there daily.
Oh, Arrow McLaren, arguably the best team in social media in all of IndyCar, plus David Malukas equals content overload, and we are so ready for it. Don't ever let them tell you to calm down. This is going to be an epic 2024 with you guys collabing.
Yes, of course. And of course, more interviews and podcasts with SpeedFreaks. That's also
There you
going to be
I
where
mean-
we're going to
Duh.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Well, buddy, thanks for doing this. We know that you're fuzzing out your background because you got crap all over the place and you don't want to show people how you actually party, right?
He's moving.
I'm moving, and I've been traveling a lot. Yeah, Arrow McLaren deal. It's
Mhm.
quite busy, a lot of travel. So I'm blurring out the chaos behind me. It's beautiful chaos. That's, you know, another slogan of mine. Beautiful chaos.
Is Alex Pallou's contract back there somewhere?
Oh, you are.
Yeah, no comment.
Hey, the good news, no, even Alex manning up on things. That was, I mean,
Yeah.
again, IndyCar drivers just being transparent. I love it. And
Yeah.
David, you fit that mold. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Attaboy. I like your hair, man. Who styled that?
Good old waking up in the morning. It's
Good.
Who styled that?
my bed. My bed styled it.
Get that from the Indy Star, right?
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Nathan Brown's awesome.
He is very good, buddy. It's just fun. It's always fantastic when you roll on the Freak Nation, and I do anticipate that the audio is working this time because we can hear you and you can hear us perfectly.
Well, I remember hearing you guys. I don't know. Maybe it was just because we were like in person. I was just hearing you in person. It was an illusion, but well, yes. Hopefully, we got the proper content this time.
Oh,
There it is.
But hey, at least you could tell we look really excited. You could tell it was a really good interview.
Good point. See, positivity.
It's awesome. Hey, buddy, happy New Year. Happy holidays. I know it's only freaking October. We just thought we'd get it over with right now, right?
Well, to me, it's not getting it over with. I love these moments. I love you guys, Speed Freaks. That's the way to go. It's the best podcast.
Attaboy. Brother, it's not just a podcast. It's a big-ass radio show and 90-plus affiliates.
hold
and,
on,
of
though.
course, on MAV TV.
That's what I wanted to bring up.
What?
We started this radio show, one station, one mic in Los Angeles in the year 2000. David, you weren't even born yet. We are 23 years old. You're 22 years old.
How about that?
That's crazy.
That's
Well, I'm a part of history. I'm a part of history now.
Attaboy.
It's just, that blows my mind when I put that together. I'm like, holy crap. We are
Some
old.
fantastic
We are
bad head
old.
going on.
Mhm.
It's awesome.
Perfect.
Malukas,
All right.
thank you, buddy.
Thank you guys for having me. It's a
All right,
blast
buddy.
as always.
See ya.
All right. Bye-bye.
Hey moms, check this out. This is how we justify ice cream with the kids. You gotta put them to work. They gotta earn it. Stella, which Lucas Slick Miss product are you working with?
I'm working with the Tyler and Trim Shine, which is amazing. Watch.
Oh yeah, work it, girl. Henley on the inside, which Lucas Slick Miss product are you using?
I'm using the interior detailer. Watch.
Wow.
So easy.
Ha! See what I'm saying? Now, don't tell them, but Mom's got Speed Wax. Yep, that's the easiest one of them all. But they don't need to know that. Mom needs her ice cream too. So let's get to work. We got this. Yep, Lucas works.